I love plain food. I don't know why.
Do you?
Yeah, it's usually really gross.
Cold bread roll.
Oh my God,
bread
it's
roll.
so good. And you get the
Means you're
little
going somewhere
pudding.
exciting.
And it's usually like a weird ice
nothing
cream
else to
thing
do.
that's not even cold. And you get the plastic knife and the butter and the bread. I don't know what it is. I think it's the novelty of it.
Yeah. Hi, welcome to the SheerLuxe podcast. I'm Olivia Wayne. This is my first podcast hosting, so go easy on me. I'm really excited to be here. And I'm joined by Laura Black, Mia Luckie, and Sherri Andrew. Hi, girls.
Hello.
Well, thanks for joining me. Mia, we've never done anything together. These two I've been with a lot on the show, but this is exciting.
This will be fun.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to grill you. No joke. So first up, how is everyone? How's your weekends? What are you thinking about, I don't know, this ridiculous weather that never improves?
It's quite hard, isn't it, the weather at the
It's
moment?
hard to dress. Yeah.
Weekend plans? Anyone do anything good last weekend?
Oh, I actually went out on Friday for the first time in so long. It was so nice. So there's a really cool bar in Brixton called Upstairs at the Department Store, and it's quite hidden. So when you walk past, it's not far from Brixton Academy. It's kind of like a hole in the wall, and you would walk straight past it, not knowing anything's there. And you go upstairs, and it's this amazing rooftop bar, and the DJs are so good. It's like a very chill vibe. You can stay there till quite late, have a few drinks. So yeah, I was like, oh, let's go out. Just went with my boyfriend.
Is it a nice club?
It is, but it's really affordable. I think it's like £20-something a month.
Oh,
it's
nice.
really good. Yeah.
So do you go there often?
Yeah. Go there often. But yeah, on the weekend they always have really cool DJs, and there's always something going on, and the vibe is really cool. I like it because it's a slightly older crowd, so you don't get like your 18-year-olds there with their WKDs.
A funny note on that.
offense.
I went to that Annie Mac night. You know, she did that 7 to midnight, whatever she called it, before midnight. And I was like blown away. It was all older people.
I bet it was. They like to be in bed by midnight.
No, but it was quite refreshing because when you go out now, especially me, I'm like, oh God, it's like they're going to be people 20 years
You
younger.
feel like the old one, don't
But
you?
it wasn't. It was like, hey, with people. And actually, I'm actually young here. You know, it was really fun.
I'm having a bit of an age crisis at the moment. You know, when you suddenly realise that everyone's quite a bit younger than you.
Especially here.
Yeah. Oh, you're looking at me like I'm the old one. And
No, you're
I
so
don't
wise.
think I am.
You
It's
definitely
that
are
sudden
not.
realising.
You're not.
Thanks, guys.
I got sent by Callum this week, my boyfriend. He sent me a TikTok to this girl it's like a meme TikTok of how millennials try and befriend the Gen Zs in the office, and sent it to me. So clearly he's sending me a message.
Yeah.
You're not cool, hon. Get the picture.
You're coming with me, Maya.
No,
I feel like
the
Luxe
younger
Girl is a state of mind though.
Oh,
I feel like
totally.
I'm not actually a Luxe Girl, but I can channel
Yes,
the
same.
trend.
I know, but you're on the cusp.
I
mean,
like
if I
to
start
straddle
channeling
the Luxe
Girls,
girls
it's
and the
tragic.
SheerLuxe, you know?
Yeah,
Best of
I
both.
feel like, you're straddling. I am not.
How old are you? Do you want to say?
I'm 38.
Me too.
Snaps.
Oh, but I do feel younger in myself. Like,
But I always have, and because I've got older siblings, I feel like I've quite often socialised with older people, so I've always been the young person. I've suddenly had this, it's on the turn, and I'm like,
I found turning 38 was a bit of a sucker punch.
Yeah.
Like before that, I was like, and I'm like, oh my God, in
40
2 years.
is creeping up.
I know.
Yeah.
Really aware of it.
Me too.
But that's cool. Okay. So young'uns. So you went out. What did you do? Anything nice?
I actually did something kind of different. I went to the Peaky Blinders Immersive experience at the Rise in Camden with my mum, my dad, and my sister, and it was so much fun. I actually really, really recommend it. I normally would think these...
What even is that?
So
Did you dress up?
No, you can though, and loads of people did, like in their like flapper dresses and like
Fun.
peaky hats and stuff. I normally would think something like this is kind of a bit naff, and I didn't have great expectations, but it is really, really good. The acting is really good.
Is it?
So what do you walk around and do things,
Yeah.
or are you just sat there and people like how is
No,
it?
so there's no like seating at all.
Right.
You turn up and you'll queue up at the front door, and as soon as you walk in, it's Peaky Blinderland. You walk into like this warehouse. You're pretending to be the bakers. I don't know if anyone's watched it, but with Alfie and his big warehouse.
Sorry, you're pretending. to
Yeah,
be.
they say to you, don't tell anyone what your job is but a baker. So if anyone asks you what you're here for and what you're doing. You're a baker, so they try and catch you out like throughout the whole show. And you kind of are just like in the garrison having a great time, having a party with the Peaky Blinders.
Do you have a drink? Can you have a drink?
You can drink all the time. There's various bars. There's like little breakaway like singing sessions, and then there's various storylines happening in corners of the room type thing, and depending where you float over, like you get dragged into certain scenes and stuff. It's really fun.
It sounds actually really fun.
It's about 2.5 hours. It's quite long. But
have you done any other immersive things?
No, I quite like to do that.
My father-in-law has an immersive experience.
Okay.
Oh, yes, I remember you.
Yeah, you guys should do. Yeah. Oh my god, let's go. A SheerLuxe day out to the War of the Worlds experience.
I remember you saying this.
It's so cool. You wear the headset, so it's really immersive, like VR.
Okay.
And you're literally like under an invasion from the Martians, and you have to climb over windows. It's like very physical as well. And then you like stop halfway through for a drink at the bar, and then you carry on. And it's like, it's very cool, and it's a really fun thing to do, especially if you're with people who maybe the chat could run dry. It's quite a good.
How long is it?
I think it's similar. It's quite long, but it's a good night out because that's it. And then at the end, you end up in the pub and you have a picture at the end, like, yay. It's quite bonding. Yeah, it's really good.
I think that's a good thing to do on a date, maybe like a first date.
For sure.
So you're, are they fun? Are they not? Are they getting into it?
Although 2.5 hours if you want to.
No, but you're always with a group of other people.
And you're distracted, yes.
Watched anything good recently? Obviously, we're celebrating the great and the good of the movie industry. So have you watched any of the award-winning movies or seen anything good recently?
I just finished the last episode of The Last of Us.
Oh, yeah.
So good.
What that is.
Oh, it's on Sky, isn't it? Yeah, it's on Sky. It was, I don't know how many parts, but a post-apocalypse type TV series with, I've forgotten his name. What's the lead guy? Everyone's going crazy over him.
Pedro Pascal.
Do you know him?
Nope. No clue.
He's having a moment.
He's having a big moment.
Yeah, fancying the pants off of Pedro. But it's basically like, can I say the C word? COVID breaks out and wipes out loads of the population. They also kind of turn into zombies, which was a bit of an odd twist, I thought. But it's more about what happens after and this like relationship that Pedro and this girl have throughout the survival process of trying to get to an end goal. And it's just like really heart-wrenching and heartbreaking, but also lovely all at the same time. Their relationship is so gorgeous. Like, it is an amazing watch. It's quite thrilling.
It's really good because we spoke about this a few weeks ago on the podcast, and I'd seen the first episode, and that was too much for me. I was like, this is so scary, I can't handle it. And then Heather was really liking it. I was like, you have to give it another go. And I'm hooked. Honestly, it's so good. It's really emotional as well.
Yeah.
So amazing.
Always need a good recommendation though. Need a good cry.
It's really good. All the critics have given it like 5-star reviews. It's actually based on a video game. So it's a bit...
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, based on a really famous video game. So it's a bit different, but yeah.
I guess that's the zombie element.
Yeah.
That helps. That explains that a bit more. Laura?
I have just finished watching Finding Michael, which is the Spencer
I thought it got pushed.
No, it's now out in the UK. Which was amazing. I don't know if any of you have seen it, but
I've heard the story and the premise.
You haven't
watched it, but I want to.
Spencer Matthews, his brother, who was 10 years older than him, died in, I think it was, well, can't remember where he got. It was a long time ago because he was only 10.
Yeah, he was very little.
Yeah, and the family got sent a picture of the body that they thought might have been his.
Wait, he died. Sorry.
Oh, sorry, climbing Everest.
And like on the descent, wasn't it? He made
exactly
it.
from the top, yeah. So he died on the descent. And they got sent a picture that they thought might have been his body. So this is Spencer Matthews going out to try and hopefully find his brother and bring him home. And it follows him. It's so emotional and amazingly done. And you see him... They've got real camcorder footage of his brother climbing up to base camp from the friends that were with him when he did it. And you see Spencer Matthews in exactly those same places and having swimming in exactly... It's just amazing. And it's just like...
Definitely wonderful.
The just like sheer scale of that mountain and nature and... Wow. I really thought it was so good.
Okay, wow, what a recommendation.
Yeah.
What's something I quite like about Spencer Matthews? I've listened to a lot of, I guess, his press on this, and he's on lots of podcasts at the moment for this, and obviously he has his own with his wife. But actually, he like does these ultra marathons.
Yeah.
He's obviously his brother was.
And he's got a mindset, I think.
They must all have it. And his brother's married to Pippa Middleton, his other brother, isn't he?
Yeah.
And I think he's quite an adventurer as well.
Yeah.
They're all obviously these incredibly, determined, strong-willed, physically able men. But is there a risk when Spencer went up?
Yeah, so at the beginning, he goes to meet Bear Grylls because there was an amazing thing when Spencer was still at school. Bear Grylls went to speak at his school about climbing Everest, and he said, my brother did it, and this amazing moment where Bear basically says, we know that he did it and he was the first man to summit, and but obviously they were very aware of what happened to him on the descent, and so he goes to him for his advice and asks him, can I get to the top? And he basically says, it's really dangerous, just leave it to the experts. So he climbs to base camp, and then he's there with the team of experts that go up.
Right.
With the
I
Nepalese.
did wonder if he was going to try and do the whole thing, because also how emotionally draining for his family and his mother to have to go through that all over
when his
again.
baby is 3 weeks old.
Yeah.
Or his third baby is 3 weeks old. So the emotion, it's amazing. It's really worth it.
Oh,
Recommend.
I've got goosebumps thinking of that. Okay, Sherri, you came with some fabulous articles today.
I did.
Tell us. Because these are
check this
interesting.
out.
I have a lot to say on a lot of them.
Okay, so it was the Oscars on Sunday night, as we know, and all of the guests, I think the celebrity guests, get a really amazing goodie bag. And after reading this, I could not believe what was in this goodie bag. It's quite random, but it's worth £106,000 each per person.
So wait,
Hold on,
this like the nominees only? I think isn't it more of a select? It can't be everyone that attends.
Yeah,
they're all
because didn't
famous.
somebody get like a bit of an island or something? Didn't I read that?
I think this is everyone. I mean, not every single person who went, but all of definitely the nominees, the celebrity guests. If you're on the guest list, I think you're going to get this bag. Wow. They throw a lot of money at it.
Okay.
So this was actually reported in the Evening Standard. They've got the inside scoop for us. So, okay. As part of the goodie bag, you get some liposuction.
Wow.
Yes.
A voucher
for
lipo.
liposuction.
I don't know what I feel about that.
That is so old school. Like, come on.
Haven't we developed
We've
from
come
that?
further.
Clearly
Not
not.
in Hollywood.
Yeah, this is random. You get some Japanese milk bread. I think that's a delicacy, perhaps. So something to
Milk
snack
bread,
on.
what is that?
It's just like white bread, but it's...
Oh, it's really expensive, isn't it?
Okay.
I've seen
it
this
is
on
expensive.
TikTok. Yeah, it's super expensive for one loaf of bread.
Yeah, a
Because
delicacy.
What? They don't eat bread.
That's why they make
have
it.
lipo and eat bread. Like,
Right.
who comes up with this? Who sat there like, ooh, here's a good one.
There's more, Olivia. You're
Okay,
going to be
sorry, yeah.
shook at this. They are gifted a free facelift with a celebrity surgeon.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
This is so
When I read that, I was like, surely not. A free facelift for every single person.
if they want it. But also, can they
Yeah.
gift that facelift?
To,
Or
like,
can
the
you
mum,
re-gift?
yeah.
Maybe.
And also,
I
what's the
bet you
redemption
can't.
rate? I bet it's not high.
Yeah.
That's true. Although, if I was a celebrity and I wanted a facelift, I'd be checking in that voucher, that's for sure.
Well, I
But
mean,
yeah,
it's
bizarre.
But also, like, is that not quite a personal choice who you go to? Just
Yeah.
like, go to that guy. Like, well, maybe I don't want that guy. It's my face. I don't know about this. This sounds icky to me.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
sounds very strange. And
Yeah.
probably the strangest thing is that, I don't know if this is for every guest, but some people got a plot of land in
Yes,
Australia.
that's what I read.
Yeah. But
do we know how big the plot of land is?
Sizable. I mean, I don't know specifically.
To build a house on?
I think it's enough to build some property on.
What, like a barren piece of land? Like, what?
Maybe they're
Who's
trying to create
doing
a
it?
new village.
That must
of,
be
like,
Australian Tourism Board gift.
I think it's completely
Well,
tone
definitely.
deaf. I'm sorry. I think nowadays they should be like, everyone gets a chunk of money to donate to the charity of their choice or something.
Would be nice
Yeah.
to be something
This
like that.
They get so much stuff all the time anyway.
It's very lavish, very over the top. This is it. They get so much stuff. And
It feels dated.
It does,
Yeah.
doesn't
Yeah.
it? I'm surprised that still goes on.
I thought it was all like a Rolex or like
Yeah.
which still
Yeah.
is a lot. But like if it was sponsored by, then you kind of get it. But even so, and I thought that would be nice for their PA. Like
Yes.
But I don't know, a piece of land, a facelift. What is this? What world are we in?
also, who's going to
Sorry,
use that?
a loaf
Like,
of bread.
Yeah, and then that some land and some bread. Break bread on your new piece of land. What?
I know, very strange.
So
I'm
strange.
intrigued
I would
by
love
this.
to
I'm
see
going
the
to Google it
actual
later.
the box, the bag? What does it come in? I have so many questions.
We need to
How do
find
you
a
take it
celeb
home?
who's a friend of the show or who loves SheerLuxe to take us with them.
BTS.
Guys, when I make it.
Yeah, exactly.
We do a haul.
Yeah. Sherry, you had yet another news article.
Oh, it's me actually.
actually
Oh,
got this
Maya's
one, yeah.
got one. Sorry. Tell me, Maya.
Under here. So, the Evening Standard again has reported that Londoners are officially the worst sleepers in the country. Apparently, Hackney and Islington residents Google the most, why can't I sleep, more than any other areas of London.
That's interesting.
I thought that was kind of interesting because I would have thought it's related to like the fast-paced work life. And is Hackney and Islington particularly representative
I feel
of
like
that?
they're
I
quite
don't know.
party.
I think it's more that, don't you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The lack of sleep.
That would
And
make
also like
sense.
loud bars and noises
Yeah.
and drunken people on the street.
It says noise, stress, alcohol, caffeine, recreational drugs, shift work are all the things that basically list as insomnia causes and keep all the things that keep the wheels turning in the big smoke. Are we all bad sleepers?
Who's a good sleeper?
I'm
quite
a really good sleeper.
Really? Oh, that's so nice.
I'm the bad sleeper here. Really? You're all good sleeper?
Yeah.
How do you sleep well? You have children.
I've always said that I will never. I've been quite strict that I don't want any aids to help me sleep.
Yes.
So like no earplugs, no eye masks, no listening to something. I've just got to be able to like close my eyes and go to sleep.
I think that's so good because
Really?
otherwise you become too conditioned, don't you? And then
Yeah.
you are sensitive to everything. I do wear an eye mask, but only because I really like the pressure
pressure.
makes
The
me fall
weighted.
asleep.
Yeah.
So it's less the light.
Do you
it's
sleep
more
on your
just-
back, like with your arms crossed, like
No,
that then?
actually,
Because how else
no.
do you... I feel rolling around, like how's it on? No, isn't that... Do you
How
sleep
rolly
so
around are
perfectly?
you?
Or like tucked in neatly with your eye mask? Because if you move, won't it like...
No, my one wraps all the way around
Does
your
it?
head and Velcro's.
Tight.
Yeah, Velcro's really
Oh,
tight.
so you can like wriggle and re-juggle and you're fine.
Like I reckon
Yeah.
Callum looks at me and thinks, "What the hell am I sleeping next to?" But you know,
Better than putting like your head brace on.
works for me.
I love an eye mask as well.
Do you?
Yeah, for comfort as well. Comfort over anything.
Well, you
I
just,
find them a
suck
bit
your thumb and
claustrophobic.
stroke it,
Just
like,
like
what do you
if
mean?
you get like a nice silky one, oh, it feels so
They
good.
are lovely,
It's good for your
yeah.
skin as well, I think.
Do you?
Yeah, really nice.
I just don't want to rely on something. For me, and it's how I've taught my children as well. Like no aids,
White
like,
noise,
light
dummy.
off,
Yeah.
good night.
Yeah, sensible. And are they
See
good
you tomorrow.
sleepers?
Yeah, they are good
Oh, good,
sleepers.
yeah.
Yeah. Now, I mean, they're a bit older
Lucky.
now, but yeah.
Mine are such bad sleepers. But me and my husband are bad sleepers. So I'm a bit like, well,
Yeah.
duh. Like, why would they be great?
Yeah.
But I would say I'm very good at falling asleep. Like,
too.
to the point where I've been known to fall asleep. My husband's a DJ. In the DJ booth.
Wow.
Huddled up to the speaker. Like, if I am tired, I
Yeah.
will sleep anywhere. I don't know if that's like an issue, but I can do it. But I tend to wake and then I find it very hard to get
To go back to sleep.
Yeah, so it's not the falling asleep, but I have started taking magnesium,
Mm-hmm.
which I found to make a huge difference very quickly. Like
that's
I
good.
notice if I forget it. So
Okay.
if anyone's struggling out there, magnesium. Also, I did shift work for like 10 years where I had to wake up at 3.
Yeah.
So I'm so
Gosh.
conditioned, and I did that till I had my first baby, who was obviously. So I feel like, of course, I'm gonna wake. Like I've just done that for so long.
That's your
And
body.
do you
Yeah.
think you get
Yeah.
like a mild panic as well when you wake up at that time? Then my day's got to start.
Actually, I tap the thing, see the time, and I'm like, oh yeah. There's no greater feeling
Yeah.
when you know you've got like another hour. Like this morning, I saw it was 4:50, and I was like,
Oh,
yay!
yeah.
that's so
I
annoying.
know.
You
But then when it's like 5:15,
I know,
you're
you're
like,
like,
oh, do I take the risk?
I
close
seize
my
the
eyes
day.
again.
Seize the. I saw something recently though for anyone who is thinking to hit that snooze button. You mustn't, because apparently when you hit the snooze and you go back and then you're woken up like 6 minutes later, you're actually interrupting like a 75-minute sleep cycle,
Yeah.
and then you are literally groggy for 4 hours. So it's you either get up or you sleep for another hour, but you can't do a 6-minuter because
Yeah.
that's why you feel rough.
Yeah.
It's not because you're just still so tired. It's because you just entered a sleep cycle.
Yeah.
Another tip. Sorry, I'm really doing a lot of learning at the moment.
Yeah, we can tell you're there with the facts.
I know. Sorry, I'm really into my research. But when you travel with jet lag, the number one reason you have sustained and prolonged jet lag is because you're eating in your sleep windows. So, you know, if you're on a, like, if traditionally this is the time you'd sleep, but you have breakfast, because where you are, it's breakfast time, you're literally screwing up your body. It's so confused. Why are you giving us energy when normally we're like restoring?
That's interesting.
And that's why it's so confused. So on those first day or two, try and keep your traditional eating windows. Don't worry about the sleep part. And then apparently it gets you there much quicker.
So my husband does a lot of travel for work, but his rule is he gets on the plane and he's in the time zone that he's going to.
He figures it out then. That's interesting.
And then he starts eating.
Oh, and apparently you must never eat on a plane. But that's...
Okay, but I actually...
high calories.
Oh, I love plain food. I don't know why.
Do you?
Yeah, it's usually really gross.
Cold bread roll.
Oh my God,
bread
it's
roll.
so good. And you get the
Needs to
little
go somewhere
pudding.
exciting.
And it's usually like a weird ice
nothing
cream
else to
thing
do.
that's not even cold. And you get the plastic knife and the butter and the bread. I don't know what it is. I think it's the novelty of it.
Yeah,
I
so good.
I'm like that. I'm the sort of person that can get to the airport at 4 a.m. and we're going straight to Wetherspoons for a beer. Like, that's how I've been brought up. Like,
Is it?
Yeah, so I get stuck into it.
Also,
as
it's
well.
holiday.
Straight to the
Yeah, exactly.
Holiday
You'd
mode.
literally drink a beer at 4 a.m. You couldn't.
Yeah, probably. If my dad was there, he'd be encouraging it. So yeah.
Pretty. I love that.
He's like, holiday starts now. It doesn't matter what the time is.
Whereas I'm like, okay, until I'm there, I'm going to maintain what I've been doing up until this point. Do
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
exactly.
Like, where's the Pret and my hard-boiled eggs?
Oh, I hope you're not taking your hard-boiled eggs on the plane.
I know,
Yeah,
but
it's
anything
antisocial.
ruder.
Yeah.
Of course I am. But yeah, what about those people who paint their nails on a plane?
I know.
Yeah, I do think that's unacceptable.
That
Anything
should be
that creates a
banned.
fume or a smell.
I saw Charlotte on the Eurostar on the way back. She posted on Instagram
That
she was
cheese!
eating smelly cheese. It's like, wow.
That's very
I am
bold.
glad I'm not in your
Yeah,
carriage.
she was like, train life hack unlocked. I was thinking, no, everyone must hate you.
Yeah. You should be respectful of your fellow passengers.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So back to the sleep thing then. You all just sleep really well.
Yeah, I do sleep.
Where
really
do you all live in busy central London areas? Right. So
Fairly, yeah.
Yeah, I live in Kennington, pretty central.
yeah, so I wonder why. I would say, like, yeah, we have to look at someone's entire, like, life, what they're doing. It's a holistic approach. So if they are drinking their coffee at 5 to go to the gym because they couldn't do it before, they're going to have a problem sleeping or whatever. If you're into ice bathing, don't do that late in the day. So
Oh, is
that's
that
a
right?
highly invigorating thing that you're literally buzzing your face off at 10 p.m. So if you do it, definitely, that's why I think the morning's the point.
Right.
If you do it too late in the day,
You don't then have a crash of like...
no,
zing.
you're like, what? It helps you sleep well
Yeah.
at the end of the day, but you can't, it really invigorates, gets everything pumping.
Yeah.
So that would be some advice.
Yeah, to be fair, I can't think of anything worse than plunging myself into an ice bath at 10 p.m.
It's actually
Yeah.
very, very
Not for
good.
me.
That's the cozy
A hot
town.
bath.
Yeah,
maybe
that's
instead.
the hot water bottle time.
Yeah, I would love a hot water bottle. All right, should we answer some questions that I think the SheerLuxe community have sent in? So this is exciting. Let's start in the fashion space. Well, Laura, let's ask you this one. Where to start finding your style after you've had a baby?
So I find this question quite difficult because I think it's very personal to how you're feeling afterwards. But I would just stick to good basics. Like, I think if you improve your basics with what you put on, whether that's, you know, you're not quite back in your jeans and you're still wearing leggings or whatever it might be, make sure they're really nice leggings. Get a really nice blazer, get a really good quality white t-shirt, and then I think whatever you put on will feel fresh.
I agree
And
with
then
you.
it kind of takes you, just don't start tapping into trends.
Also, not hopefully, but like if you breastfeed, you need accessible clothing, but you might not be doing that for long or for too long. So
But even so, a really nice quality
Button-down shirt, yeah.
button-down shirt. Just keep it simple. But whatever you have, make it, like, when you put it on, it will feel crisp and nice and new. And then...
I agree with you. I also think, we're in quite a good fashion time for actually, like, everything's are oversized, it's chill. So actually, you're bang on trend without even trying.
Yeah.
Like, and don't worry about, like, if leggings are in and you don't fancy it, don't. You know,
Yeah.
like, wear what you want.
Yeah.
Baggy jeans, perfect. Blazer, done.
Exactly.
Great.
And even, like, loungewear now is amazing. Like, a really great Anina Bing hoodie or, you know, just elevate those bits. And
If you were getting married in 2023, when are you getting married?
August.
Oh, okay. Ooh. What style of dress would you go for? Are you going for?
Well, this is so personal. I feel like there's no one style that you need to go for. And the fun thing about wedding dresses are now you can go for anything from short to long sleeved, frilly, tight, like anything is possible. For me, I have decided, I have felt a lot of pressure, but because obviously I work in the fashion industry, have an Instagram account, I feel like people expect big things from me. But I have decided to go down slightly more classic route because I do like fun fashion, but I really do not want to look back at my wedding and think, shit. So I've kept it simple, but with some modern touches and a couple of fun elements that may or may not be removable.
Great.
Ooh, removable.
I
like that.
Hanging on. She does know what we want. But I think you're right. When you look back in 20 years at your pictures, you don't want to think, what? Why did I do that?
Yeah. True, but I also think if you do want to go for something a bit more fun, you do only do it once.
Yeah, and
Maybe.
My best friend's getting married.
Hopefully.
My best friend's getting married next year, and she has started sending me loads of inspo for her dress, and I'm like, oh my god, now it's starting freaking me out because they're so amazing, the things she's sending to me, and they are very much more on like the fashiony out there side. But they're epic, and I can see her in them, and I can see her looking back at them and thinking that was the time of my life.
Yeah.
And like, you've got to go for what you feel comfortable with.
Yeah. I definitely played it too safe.
Did you?
Yeah, have some fun.
What was your dress like?
It was kind of sweetheart neckline. It was a beautiful satin pleat skirt, but it was just quite safe. If I was getting married.
It's very hard. How old are you when you got married?
27.
Okay, and also when I got married, I was 28. Instagram and all that was like there wasn't as much inspo. You looked at bridal mags and you went to the shops. So unless you were in that industry or really aware of things, it'd be hard to push yourself out of what you're told is what you wear.
And you're also in these shops for not very long, and you've got to make this like massive decision,
and all
really.
out of what's just in front of you.
Pick one of these. It's like,
and you probably book the appointment like 6 weeks in advance.
Yeah,
you've got to make the decision. I think it's probably.
I actually did really love my dress, but would I pick the same thing 10 years? It's 10 years this year. Probably not.
No, and probably not worth hanging up on it too much because at the end of the day, trends change
exactly.
That's fine. Like you can accept that, definitely.
And also, that's not what you remember from your wedding day.
No.
Yeah.
You know, it's the vibe, it's the energy, it's the feeling.
And you can put on something fun for your hair or for the evening if that's the way,
exactly.
you know.
I'm going to change my outfit.
Exactly.
Are you? Yeah.
I'm imagining like a J-Lo situation. You whip off some part.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like,
behind a curtain.
Legs out.
Well, with that in mind, any good Bachelorette outfit ideas that aren't white for the bride?
I so agree with this. I don't want to do white for my hen do.
Why?
Because I just think it's cooler to just go out there and fun, not find a white dress that you kind of like.
Would you go metallic? I think metallic's cool.
Gosh, Laura knows me so well. This is so weird.
Well, do you think she's gold tones or silver tones?
I can see. I think she carry off both.
I have got a chainmail metallic.
Great.
ooh.
Yeah, I love that.
Which has been under my bed since last summer, waiting for my hen do.
When is your hen do?
It's in July, I think.
Are you in England?
It is in England, but I've been told I am allowed to wear this dress. It's acceptable.
Is it naked?
It's pretty naked.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love it.
That's fun. I mean, I got dressed up as Cruella de Vil. Like, as in everyone got dressed up. I didn't
That's
choose.
just my idea of how.
Yeah,
What, being
my
dressed
dress.
up?
Oh my god, it's
Horrendous.
horrendous to me.
It's actually curious that my best friends, I mean, I had a great time. It was like a murder mystery. It was like they did a whole, I was very drunk and it was very fun. Yeah, we went for a theme. But actually, why not?
Yeah.
It was fun. Didn't have to
If it's
think about
fun.
it. It's quite nice to not overthink it. Just
Yeah.
turn
Yeah,
up.
true.
Yeah.
Get put literally bundled into the car and put in something. It's like,
Yeah, that is the good
I think
thing.
also fun to have some cool shoes. Because I think
Definitely.
shoes you can I always think shoes are quite nice to have a story.
Yeah.
You know, like in years to
and you
come.
wear again and again.
All those
yeah.
on my hen do.
So
I
true.
think if you're trying to like stand out as the hen, then the things to go for are feathers, sequins, metallics. I think Cult Gaia, Rat and Boa, like those are sort of brands to have
Rotate,
a look at. Rotate,
yeah.
just make it really fun and pretty.
Actually, even ASOS own brands, they have
Yes.
some really fun little minis.
Yeah.
If you want to get your legs out.
Yeah.
Cool. Right, best second-hand buy, and where was it from? Sherry?
Ooh, okay, so I'm big into vintage right now. I'm actually obsessed. It's
where
quite
did you find
addictive.
it?
So I think the key with like vintage eBay is to search for something really specific. Like I got a weekday really oversized grey wool coat. And
I've seen that coat. It's really good.
Oh, thank you. But it was
So you knew you wanted that?
Yes.
That brand, everything?
Yeah, exactly. So I searched for that specific coat because it was sold out online in the size that I wanted. And I was like, haha, perhaps they have it on vintage. And they did. And it was like a fifth of the price.
Great.
Yeah.
You're winning literally all around.
Yeah.
So I'd say that was probably my
And
favourite
how
buy.
not very worn.
No, with the tags.
Wow.
With the tags, Laura, I couldn't believe my luck. I was
Why
like,
are they
wow,
selling
I've
it for so
manifested
cheap?
this.
Yes, manifest.
That's
Why
why
are they
it's so
selling
cheap.
it so cheap if the tags are in it?
You know what? I thought that, but I was like, you know what? Let's just see if it arrives.
Don't question the universe.
Don't
Yes.
question it. Just say thank you.
Great.
Just thankful.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, that was but vintage, if you search for something really specific, like the brand, the size, whatever, sometimes you can get lucky and find exactly what you want.
Well,
Good
with
tip.
shoes, you should do the size. Otherwise, you're going to waste hours of your life.
Oh yeah,
as well.
definitely.
Laura?
Do you know what? I actually haven't really bought much second-hand fashion. I have sold quite a bit recently, which is very cleansing. But I haven't. I feel like anything that I've wanted to buy has always been quite a big ticket item, and then I just haven't quite made the plunge yet. But one day.
I do think it's so worth it because, well, obviously from the sustainability point of view, but also often I think you want something, you lust for it, or whatever, and it's like this jacket of yours, you want it so bad, whatever, and you're happy with it. But then you're like, okay, I've got it now. And it didn't change my life like I thought it would. So actually, if you can get it for a much better price and you know you're doing a good thing, because once you get hold of the shoes, it's not like your whole life's that different. It's really not. You know, they're just a pair
But
of shoes.
also, I think, particularly at the moment, well, working in an office like this, everyone seems to find anything that's quite good. Usually, then about 10 people have it. So I love the idea that you can find something
Different.
that's a bit more unique and different. But it does just take a bit of trawling to find
That's true.
that. Interiors, I've bought lots secondhand, but not.
Oh, really? So that's interesting because that feels like a bigger minefield for me.
I feel like it's easier when you know what you're looking for.
But that's,
And where
that's
do
your
you
thing.
where do you go to look for secondhand?
Vinteria is really good. I follow loads of Instagram accounts where I've bought a couple of kind of antique chests and stuff from little side tables. Yeah, I love that because you get something really
overwhelms.
unique again.
Yeah, I love that.
Because it's like, I don't know if it'll fit in the size and if it's right. Like, that feels like a bigger thing. Than
Yeah,
like,
you've got to go with what you're looking for. And I love all the kind of antiques fairs as well. But go with your measurements and go with the tape measure.
Good tip.
What about you, Olivia? Have you bought anything secondhand that you love?
Yeah, I have. There's that lovely shop, Sign of the Times.
Yes.
Yes.
I got a beautiful navy long van coat,
Wow.
collarless.
Nice.
Now, you can't wear a jumper underneath it. You know, it's a bit
Is it
snug.
quite an evening coat?
Yeah, but I actually love it with like just if you're wearing a t-shirt and like
Yeah,
heels,
amazing.
then it's like the perfect
Yeah.
going out for dinner. But it's quite impressive because it like sweeps the floor.
Love that. What a story. I'm just hearing my
And it
little
was
man.
such a, yeah, I know. And it's like, would I ever be purchasing that? No. And actually, there were a few things I was like, should. And I didn't go for like the normal thing. I went for the thing that I would never buy otherwise.
Yeah.
Which is obviously a different approach to searching. But then one night when I think I was breastfeeding or had a baby, so I was up in the wee hours, which is the best time to grab the things before, you know, it's obviously just going on. I got the Manolo Blahnik, you know, the mules, the backless mules, in that lovely burgundy colour.
Oh, I love
in my
those.
size.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that was on a site called like Luxury Closet or something. I didn't know how I got there, but I did.
Great.
They were there in my size. I just grabbed them.
Yeah, great.
And I was like, oh, I'm not wearing these for like a year, but great. And now that's like a nice classic to have in the wardrobe.
Yes.
I think it should be classics.
Agreed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because then they just get better of age, and if they're not the right size or they don't fit, you know you can resell them.
Yeah. When I
That's
was
true.
in New York recently, went to the Real on Charlotte's recommendation. She loves it there.
Real Real.
And there was this person walking around with this amazing Celine bomber, and I literally like followed around the store, and they went to the blooming till.
She bought it.
Damn it!
Would you have got that? Would you have grabbed it?
I would have loved to have tried it. It was
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah.
Are you good though, all of you? Because the problem with secondhand shopping as well is like there's one. So sometimes you become overwhelmed with if I don't get it, someone else will.
I
Yeah.
do.
So how do you manage that? Because I think that is like
I think that's why I haven't ever sort of
done it.
Yeah.
No, but
So you
I
check
often
yourself.
buy it and it was a bit small or it didn't quite work. But it was the fear of it going, which is a terrible way to shop. That negates the whole point of it all. But so how do you manage that? You're the other way. You let everything go.
Yeah, I'm quite a big overthinker with my purchases. I like to really make sure, and then before I know it, it's gone, and then I'll
Seasons
regret
pass.
it. Exactly.
Yeah.
What about you, Maya?
I think from bad experiences, like you've just explained, I've learnt my lesson.
Be calm.
I'm definitely an impatient, want something straight away type person, and I've learnt to let go of that part of my personality because it never works out.
Yeah.
That is not serving you,
Yeah.
Maya.
No.
Yeah.
But also, like, say the Sambas, I know you have them. That, like, the problem with Instagram as well, there's this product that you like would have passed 1,000 times, suddenly becomes like this cult product,
And then,
it's
you're paying like £400.
Yeah.
It's like-
trainers.
I have definitely paid more than retail price for trainers because I really want them. One, I'd say my trainers are my most worn thing in the wardrobe.
Agreed.
And
Mine, me
every
too.
pair I've bought that are a trend trainer, I have worn to death.
To death, yeah.
So feel like I've made good decisions there. But I've never paid too above price. Like I've never gone and paid, like you say, £400.
You've got your
Yeah.
limits.
I definitely have. I don't really buy off of those reseller websites. I've bought them from either I've got really lucky and managed to get them from like Urban Outfitters has restocked randomly a New Balance or something like that, or I bought them off Depop from a person and they're not too unreasonably priced.
I
That's good.
bought something off Depop once. I've only done it once. And it was a jacket that I really wanted and they were all sold out. And then I was like, oh, it was there. And she was charging quite a bit
Yeah, they
extra
do.
for it.
Yeah,
And I
it's
understood
expensive.
why. And I was a bit like, I do really want it. And it was like, I can't remember if it was Zara. I was like, it's not coming back. I can
Yeah.
tell. You know, like
Yeah.
sometimes you
Yeah.
think they might.
You know
it
it's
wasn't.
gone.
It was gone. So I did it. And I'm happy I did it. But then when I got it, it was size small, which would have been my size, you know, and it was massive. And I was like, and I never knew, like, is that what the original was like? Or have I been done with someone, like, knocking off, like,
I see.
creating, you know?
Oh, I see.
There is that risk for
Yeah.
sure,
Yeah.
especially with things like trainers that you'll get buying knockoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How to build a career in fashion? Well, you've all done it. Go.
Mine wasn't intentional, and also I haven't built a career in the traditional fashion sense. If you think I'm going to work in fashion, I've gone down the business route and I studied marketing. I started out actually at Intel, and the good thing about marketing is it is actually a very translatable skill to all industries. So studied that at university, worked at Intel for a bit, then worked at a startup, and then I came to SheerLuxe. So I think do you want to do fashion in the traditional sense, or do you just want to work in the fashion industry in another capacity? Because I think that's an easier route in.
Yeah, great. You could be a lawyer in the fashion industry. You could do
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't have to be this putting on clothes, being a stylist, or being an editor, or, you know, it can be something different. So think about that first, I'd say. But experience for sure. Put yourself out there. Fake it till you make it.
Yeah, say yes to everything.
Yeah.
I think
For sure.
within reason.
Within
but,
reason.
You know, I'll do,
Yes, I'll do it all.
yeah, I'll do it all.
But your
I do
digital
think-
footprint's quite important, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, if you want to do something, maybe try and show you're doing it before you do it.
Yeah. And
So true.
now with the world of Instagram and TikTok, you can actually do that quite easily. Start building your own presence in that capacity.
But you've obviously done that. I still find it very hard. I don't know if I think because I like trained, my career, my experience is as a presenter, that I still feel a bit, even though I know it's like a supporting thing to it, I still find it like, oh, but that's not, I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know what you mean.
So how do you overcome, this is also just for me, how do you overcome, like, I guess imposter syndrome, like the ick, the cringe,
Yeah.
because for me, it still feels like that. Every
Yeah.
time I do it, I'm like, ugh, you know? So talk to me, Maya.
Yeah.
Yeah, all of us.
Yeah.
Instagram queen.
I agree. I definitely felt like that when I first started posting, but I just like drowned out the voices in my head, I guess.
Yeah.
And when you start getting a bit of positive feedback from people that are obviously liking what you do, your fellow colleagues, etc., like it is really reinforcing, and you just have to put your blinkers on and keep going. And if you like it feels natural to you and you enjoy it, then do what you enjoy. That's what I think.
Yeah, and be consistent.
You really do need to be consistent. Yeah,
that's it. Yeah, you can't like do it for a bit,
and it's not all going to happen overnight. It takes a long time.
Yeah,
it does take hard work.
But that's the beauty of it. You can try, and if it doesn't work, try something else.
Yeah, and no one's going to remember that you started an Instagram account 6 months ago and then decide to stop posting.
Yeah,
that's going to happen. So you don't need
no
to
one
be
else
fearful of it.
This is it. Yeah, I think
totally.
I think you're right.
Yeah,
just get on with it.
Yeah, but also block out the noise of the voices in your head.
Yeah, they're only your voices.
Exactly.
Have you ever visited or sold at a car boot sale? How was your experience? I grew up at boot sales, selling at boot sales.
Ditto.
Really?
Yeah.
There is no greater fun. Like, my mum would be like, all right, come on, we're going to go. On a Sunday morning, we'd fill up the car the night before. And I'd be haggling, 50p, no, it's 50. You get so precious over the things you're selling. But what a sense of, like, enterprising entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
And also, it's like, your stuff you don't want, someone wants, everyone's happy, and you make cash.
Yeah.
Oh, no greater day.
I'm the same. I grew up going to car boot sales with my mum and dad and my sister, and it is like such a fond memory of mine. I loved it. It was great.
The only problem is when you're at a car boot sale and you've been there for like 5 hours and you're done and you've just got a few bits and they're not going, and then you can't leave because there's like 1,000 cars blocking you in, and you're like, I'm really done and I really need a wee and we can't do it. That's annoying. But to wander around, like, it's actually quite fun, and you pick up amazing bits. And then there's lots of toot.
Yeah.
But amongst the toot, there's gems. I mean, you'd love it.
Yeah, I know. Love it.
Do you go to many?
No, but I should.
Also, with your kids, you can be like, right, here's, £4 each.
Sweet, yeah.
Spend it how you want, but that's your lot.
Mm.
They come with some grotty toys. It's brilliant. You're like, oh.
So that's what I've gone to try and get rid of.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember when I can't remember how old I was, it must have been like 10 or 11 or something. And my mum and dad were selling stuff at this car boot sale, and I went off to have a little browse, and I came back and I bought my mum a soap dish with a soap on it. She works for the NHS, and they were renovating the bathroom in the children's ward or something like that, and I was like, Mum, I bought you this soap dish with a bar of soap on it for the children's ward. She looked at me and she goes, that's unbelievably hygienic, why would I want that? Unhygienic. And I was like,
oh gosh, I can't bear that story.
That's quite crushing. Yeah. But lovely.
I'm sure she softened it a little
yeah.
bit, but my mum is quite a
Should've
hard
said
woman.
Mother's Day.
You learn your lesson.
Yes,
Never again.
You had good intentions.
Yes, we
Well, I think-
resold them.
In the cost of living, like, what a great way.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, great.
Oh,
And, like,
100%.
you do find amazing things in like vintage set. Like, it's awesome.
Yeah.
It's quite a fun thing to do on a weekend.
Totally. You might not come away with anything, but it's kind of
When
fun.
I went to UCLA for my university, and on a Sunday we'd go to like the Melrose flea market, which obviously sounds far more. It's still a boot sale, like but everyone, that's where you went. You went for brunch, then you wandered around and you pick up like amazing belts, and
Great.
it's great.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it's cool. Just sounds cooler when it's in the sun and in LA.
Yeah,
Same
much
thing.
cooler.
Same thing, like, Cricklewood and like a grotty school car park, but it's still the same and it's still great. Highly recommend. Well, ladies, thank you so much for joining me today. I've had a great time. I hope you have too. And thank you all for listening, watching. Do subscribe wherever you are. And check it out next week.